Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to the Heidelberg Hustle podcast. This is episode 13. My name is Neil.
And my name is Ronald.
Enjoy the show, everyone.
The Heidelberg Hustle podcast is proudly sponsored by Silver Security Group and Heidelberg Times.
And in the news this week, load reduction measures have been introduced by the Lesedi local municipality.
'n Verdagte is vasgetrek nadat hy koperpype probeer steel.
Your driver's license will be valid for 10 years, not 5, going forward.
And an accident on the R549 Waldheim Road leaves 6 injured.
In the sports news, the Berge are gearing up for a huge semi-final clash against the Meyerton Knights.
And Banyana through to the Women's African Cup of Nations quarterfinals.
And our Commonwealth Games team brings home 28 medals. In our feature this week, we take a look at one of Heidelberg's most prized possessions, our bullfrogs. Are we losing the battle to keep them around?
And we're back this term with another Teacher Appreciation Week with Grill King.
And our friend Renier is back with the ever-popular Heidelberg Business Buzz.
And our friends from Pick n Pay join us for the first time this week, and they've put something together for Women's Day.
Risha is back to talk about the things that we don't talk about. And this week, she's talking about giving your child beer.
And Weather Girl Jace takes us through the outlook for this weekend's weather for what promises to be a very cold week next week.
And to close off the week, we'll have some frog humor in our comedy section. This week, the Lesedi local municipality introduced load reduction. That's a new word for many of us, but yeah, load reduction. Each interruption is expected to last 3.5 hours, depending on the applicable load reduction schedule for affected areas. The municipality said the decision follows increasing pressure on the electricity network, which has been attributed to things like high electricity demand during peak hours, network strain caused by illegal connections, and the bypassing of meters.
Een verdagte is vasgevat nadat hy koperpype in Rensburg probeer steel het. Die verdagte is na bewering betrap terwyl hy koperpype in 'n huis in J.G. Strydomstraat probeer steel het. Die vinnige optrede het gelei tot die suksesvolle inhegtenisneming van die verdagte voordat hy kon vlug. Knap gedaan aan almal betrokke.
Your driver's license will be valid for 10 years and not 5 going forward. Cabinet has approved the extension of the driving license validity period for light motor vehicles only, from 5 years to 10 years. This applies to codes A, A1, B, and EB. Please remember that your current driver's license is still only valid for 5 years. Only when you renew will it be valid for 10 years.
An accident on the R549, better known as the Waldheim Road, between 2 motor vehicles has left 6 people injured. According to reports, 6 people sustained light to moderate injuries in the accident. Emergency medical personnel and other support services, including GPG Medical, Lesedi Traffic, and Lesedi Fire and Rescue, attended to the scene.
Good news for Heidelberg Rugby Club supporters is that the team has secured a home semi-final in the Falca Rugby Merlin League for 2026. Ronald, this is an incredible achievement. I think this is only our second or third year in the league, and already we've secured second place and a home semi-final.
Yes, Neil, that's correct. This is our third year in the Merlin League, so it's a very proud achievement for our local rugby club. And although we went down to the undefeated NVE this past weekend, it was a tough one, but it's looking good. The boys seem to stick together nicely, and yeah.
Yeah, and even without a number of key players, including the captain, we gave NVE a good run for their money. I think the students woke up on Sunday morning and felt that they were in a real battle. So even though we lost by 4 points, we still got that all-important bonus point, which clinched a home semi-final. And now we're going to welcome Meyerton, our old friends from Meyerton.
That's correct. We actually lost to Meyerton in the pool rounds, but that was in Meyerton and it was only by a few points. So I think this time we have quite a fair home ground advantage with the crowd behind us. And the semi-final will take place on the 15th of August right here in Heidelberg. So we're looking forward to that.
And of course, Ronald, before that happens, tomorrow, which is Saturday, the 8th of August, we have a huge school game happening here at Volkschool. They are taking on Lichtbron, I think. And if they win this game, they secure also a home semi-final also on the 15th. So I think we can gear up for a huge day of rugby on the 15th of August, Saturday. So clear your schedules. Make sure you're going to be at the rugby on the 15th because it's going to be an awesome day. But why not come down tomorrow and give the school your support? I'm sure they'll appreciate it.
Yeah, indeed. Go Volkies, go Berge.
Yes, go Volkies, go Berge.
And our national women's soccer team, better known as Banyana Banyana, are through to the Women's African Cup of Nations quarterfinals. Neil?
Yeah, Ronald, I think a lot of people were a bit worried after the first game because we lost to Tanzania. Then we came back from what looked like an impossible position to draw with Ivory Coast. And then in our final group game, I think it's Burkina Faso, we won 1-0, which saw us go through to the quarterfinals. Now we are facing the host nation, Morocco, which is going to be a huge game for the ladies. But we know that they've got an experienced coach behind them. They've got some good players. So maybe we can pull off the shock and upset the host nation. Our Commonwealth Games team returned home with a total of 28 medals, which they won in Glasgow at the recent Commonwealth Games. Ronald, absolutely miraculous achievement.
Yeah, Neil, it was an incredible performance by our team. And I believe we won a total of 7 gold medals, 11 silver, and 10 bronze, which is an incredible achievement that we haven't seen for many years from the South African team.
Yeah, look, a lot of people will say the Commonwealth Games is a bit watered down, but it's there's tough competition. And I think we have to mention, just finally on the subject, Chad Littlow won his 21st Commonwealth medal while at the Games. This is the most that any athlete at the Commonwealth Games has ever won. So well done, Chad. That's an achievement, and well done to the whole team for bringing back so many medals.
We've had a lot of inquiries lately about the site where the bullfrogs usually breed in the summer when the rains come. Now, as you can see behind me, there's excavations going on as far as laying pipes for new businesses in the new SEZ zone.
Heidelberg Times has closely followed the proposed development of Extension 24 over the past years, as concerns have grown about its impact on the giant bullfrog habitat. Although the giant bullfrog is not endangered, it is a vulnerable species and an important part of the local ecosystem. After periods of heavy rainfall, the frogs emerge, attracting many residents who come to witness this unique natural spectacle. The late Hester van Rensburg, a respected artist and environmental activist, dedicated years to protecting the frogs and their habitat. Her daughter, Estie Gross, also raised awareness by engaging with community members and environmental experts, including Heidelberg resident Jurgens Becker. Becker has monitored the frogs for many years, recently inspected the current excavation work, and confirmed that the trenches for underground pipes are being dug alongside the road, rather than where the frogs breed out in the rainy season. He explained that the frogs spend the dry months in different locations away from the construction zone and believes a drier forecast summer may prevent breeding this year. While this assessment provides some reassurance, Heidelberg Times maintains that development near such an environmentally sensitive area should be approached with caution. The newspaper believes progress and environmental conservation must go hand in hand with notes that many residents feel their concerns have not received sufficient attention. Hester van Rensburg's legacy continues to highlight the importance of protecting Heidelberg's natural heritage. While we understand at this time that the frogs are not in danger, should the pipes not seal properly and the ground not seal the pipes in the way that it's supposed to do, the seepage of the water into the ground will result in the frogs possibly losing their breeding site.
As you can see behind me, the flay where the frogs usually breed hasn't been affected by the excavations. So although we might not have frogs this year due to possible climate issues with the El Nino effect, we might not have heavy rains that are needed to get these frogs to breed, but maybe next year. For the moment, there's no issue. The frogs aren't in danger at the moment. That's what we have for you.
And Neil, we're back again with Teacher Appreciation Week. And this week, De Wet and his team from Grill King spoiled the staff from Life Ministries. Let's go take a look.
Hallo julle, dit is Wetty van Grill King Herwart en hierdie is die afskop van hierdie jaar se van hierdie kwartaal se Teacher Appreciation Week. En julle was die lucky skool gewees by ons trek uit die hoed uit. Maar vandag van die skool gekry het die trankie. So ons wil net begin hier om julle almal baie dankie te sê vir wat julle doen vir ons kinders en hulle toekoms. Want soos in Spreuke 22 vers 6 sê, onderrig 'n kind volgens die eis van sy werk, dan sal hy ook, as hy oud word het, daarvan nie afwyk nie. Julle is deel van die fondasie van ons kinders. Alles wat julle doen, hoe julle met hulle werk, hoeveelheid geduld wat julle moet toepas van dag tot dag in die klas, met die stout een, met die stil een, met die skaam een, met die besige een. Hulle almal absorbeer elke oomblik en elke aksie en interaksie met julle. Die meeste, meer as met ons as ouers, want julle sien julle meer en hulle kry meer tyd saam met julle. En dis hoekom ons julle so baie waardeer. Baie dankie.
Okay, saam met ons vandag by Life Ministry Skool is die akademiese hoof, Danelda Maree. Welkom Danelda, dankie. Dankie vir jou tyd. Vertel ons 'n bietjie van Life Ministry Skool. As 'n jong ouer in Heidelberg, hoekom sal daai ouer hulle kind na Life
Ministries is baie welkom. Life Ministries is baie spesiaal. Dit is waar ons aandag gee aan elke kind as 'n individuele opset. Ons is 'n Christelike skool, so ons groei nie net geestelik nie, maar ook emosioneel saam met die kinders. So die onderwysers ken elke kind op hulle naam. Ons is klein klassies waar daar dan meer op fokus kan word per kind, waar daar dan ook fokus word op die studie, nie net die akademie self.
Okay, en hoeveel kinders min of meer in die skool en dan hoeveel kinders per klas?
Ons klasse hardloop so enige iets van 5 kinders tot 10 kinders. Ons grootste klasie is eintlik 10 kinders. En dan wissel ons van 5, ons is so 120 in die skool eintlik. En dan van daar af, soos ek sê, individuele aandag is vir ons belangrik vir die kinders en om op hulle te fokus.
En ouers wat nou wil hulle kinders inskryf vir volgende jaar, gaan hulle net na die webwerf.
So ons nooi hulle uit eerstens om te kom kuier. Die kinders is meer as welkom om 'n dag net saam met ons te kom besoek. Ons het eintlik 'n groot 7 dogtertjie hierso wat net vir die dag kom kuier om te kyk, gaan sy inpas, is dit wat sy wil doen. Ons het 'n onderhoud met die ouers om seker te maak, okay, die waardes is reg. Stem hulle ooreen met die Christelike waardes, gaan ons die kind kan help in ons skool. En dan kom kuier hulle en dan van daar af van ons verder met forums wat ons by die skool invul. Ons alles persoonlik.
So iemand wil aansoek doen om na die skool te kom.
Ja, kom in skool toe, maak 'n afspraak, ons gesels met die ouers, ons gesels met die kind. Soos ek sê, persoonlike verhoudings is baie belangrik. So ons wil nie net deur 'n webwerf sien, okay, maar hier doen iemand aansoek nie. Ons wil jou ken.
Great, baie dankie.
Baie dankie vir julle.
Hallo mense, dis De Wet hier by Grill King in Heidelberg en ek is vandag saam met meneer Neil van Heidelberg Times en die Heidelberg Hustle podcast. Ons is super excited om die trekking te doen vir volgende week se Teacher Appreciation Week. So meneer Niels, kan jy asseblief vir my hierso 'n kaartjie trek?
En volgende week gaan ons na hoërskool.
Hoërskole. So So dit is die high schools, né?
High schools.
Hierdie ene.
Ja, ek gaan
Okay, skud vir my.
Soos die lotte.
Right. Kom ons kyk. Wat so hoërskool gaan ons by kuier? Hoër Volksskool Heidelberg. Ons sien julle volgende week. Ons is super excited. Ons hoop julle is ook. En dan net 'n laaste ding, as daar anders besighede in die dorp is wat graag wil betrokke raak by hierdie Teacher Appreciation Week wat ons elke week hou, julle is welkom om my te kontak. Die nommer sal op die bodem van die skerm nou verskyn. So julle is meer as welkom as julle wil betrokke wees. Hierdie is vir almal wat enigiets wil doen, donate of gee, enige vorm van appreciation wil wys vir ons onderwysers in ons skool. Awesome. Cheers.
It's time once again for the Heidelberg Business Buzz. Let's see what Renee's got for us this week. How's it, Renee?
Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Heidelberg Business Buzz. Your business has a reputation when you're not in the room. Do you know what people say about your business when you're not there? And no, I'm not talking about your Google reviews. I'm talking about that WhatsApp. You know the one. Your friend messages you and says, "Where should I go for this?" And you immediately reply, "Oh, definitely go to them. They're brilliant." Or, "Don't go there. I'll tell you why later." That is your reputation. We spend thousands on logos, websites, social media, signage, and advertising, telling people who we are. But here's the uncomfortable part. Your customers ultimately decide who you are. You can advertise exceptional service all day long, but if nobody answers the phone, your marketing is lying. You can say customers come first, but if someone has been waiting 3 days for a quote, apparently they come fourth. And you can call yourself professional, but if your WhatsApp response is, "Okay, we've got some work to do." Your brand is what you put out into the world. Your reputation is what comes back. And every interaction contributes to it. The person answering your phone, how you handle a complaint, whether you keep your promises, how quickly you respond, and perhaps most importantly, what you do when something goes wrong. Because businesses make mistakes. That's normal. How you handle the mistake, that is what people remember. So here's my challenge for this week. If I privately asked 5 of your customers to describe your business in only 3 words, what would they say? Not what you'd like them to say. What would they actually say? Put your 3 words in the comments, and maybe, just maybe, ask a few of your customers the same question this week. You might love the answer. You might also discover where your business needs some work. Because your logo is what people recognize. Your reputation is what people repeat.
And we would like to welcome Pick n Pay Heidelberg for the first time on the Heidelberg Hustle podcast. Let's see what they put together for this Women's Day.
South Africa, Zambia, this one is for you. Let's go. Asiba Sabi, Shiyabafuna. Asiba Sabi, Shiyabafuna. Asiba Sabi, Shiyabafuna. Asiba Sabi, Shiyabafuna. I'm a bora, I'm a bora, man. I'm a bora, I'm a bora, man. Yeah, man. I'm a bora, I'm a bora, man. Yeah, man. I'm a bora, I'm a bora, man. Yeah, man. Chini lukanyo, undenza ndoni. Yeah, man. Chini kolisi, undenza ndoni. Yeah, man. Chini we kolbi, undenza.
Brisha is here with another episode of The Things We Don't Talk About. And this week, she discusses something that I'm probably guilty of. Sorry, Ronald. Giving your child beer. Let's take a look.
Ek is gevra watter invloed dit op 'n kind het wanneer ouers van 'n baie jong ouderdom af vir hulle bier gee. En in hierdie geval praat ons van 'n kind van ongeveer 10 jaar oud wat amper daagliks alkohol kry. Party mense moet net nie kinders hê nie. Dit is nie moderne ouerskap nie. En dit leer nie 'n kind om later verantwoordelik te drink nie. Dit normaliseer alkohol in 'n brein wat nog besig is om te ontwikkel. 'n Kind se brein ontwikkel tot diep in die 20er jare en die dele wat oordeel, impulsbeheer, beplanning, geheue en emosionele regulering bestuur is nog nie volledig ontwikkel nie. Alkoholblootstelling gedurende adolessensie, veral herhaalde of swaar gebruik, word met versteurde breinontwikkeling, swakker besluitneming en 'n groter risiko vir latere alkoholprobleme verbind. En nee, die argument dat hulle dit eerder veilig by die huis moet leer, is ook nie deur navorsing ondersteun nie. Navorsing wys vir ons dat kinders wie se ouers hulle by die huis laat drink of alkohol aan hulle voorsien, van die vinnigste toenames in drankgebruik toon. Hulle is ook geneig om swaarder buite die huis te drink. Duidelike ouerlike grense teen vroeë alkoholgebruik is meer beskermend. Met ander woorde, jy leer nie verantwoordelikheid deur vir 'n 10-jarige bier te gee nie. Jy leer die kind dat alkohol normaal, aanvaarbaar en deel van die daaglikse lewe is. Jy maak die middel maklik bereikbaar. Jy verlaag die grens en jy verbind alkohol aan huis, veiligheid, familie en goedkeuring. Daardie kind gaan later nie net die smaak onthou nie, hulle gaan onthou dat die belangrikste volwassenes in hulle lewe gesê het, dit is aanvaarbaar. Hoe vroeër iemand begin drink, hoe groter is die risiko vir problematiese alkoholgebruik en alkoholgebruikversteuring later. Jong mense wat drink, het ook 'n groter risiko vir beserings, geweld, swak besluite, ander middelmisbruik, skoolprobleme en alkoholvergiftiging. Dan is daar ook die wet. Die Suid-Afrikaanse drankwet verbied oor die algemeen die verskaffing van alkohol aan minderjariges. Daar is 'n beperkte uitsondering waar 'n ouer of 'n voog by geleentheid 'n matige hoeveelheid onder direkte toesig mag gee. Maar by geleentheid beteken nie amper elke dag nie. Gereelde bier vir 'n 10-jarige is nie sinvolle toepassing van daardie uitsondering nie. En selfs wanneer iets tegnies binne 'n wetlike uitsondering val, beteken nie dit is gesond, verstandig of in die kind se beste belang nie. 'n 10-jarige het definitief nie alkohol nodig om groot te voel nie. 'n 10-jarige het grense nodig, voorbeeld nodig, veiligheid nodig en volwassenes wat bereid is om ongewild te wees wanneer dit die kind beskerm. Wanneer jy amper daagliks vir 'n kind bier gee, is jy nie besig om die kind voor te berei vir die wêreld nie. Jy's besig om alkohol deel van hulle normale wêreld te maak voordat hulle oud genoeg is om die risiko daarvan te verstaan. Dit is nie verantwoordelike blootstelling nie. Dit is 'n gevaarlike patroon. En ek dink ons moet ophou om swak ouerlike oordeel te vermom as opvoeding.
And now let's head over to Weathergill Jace and see what this weekend has in store for us, ahead of what promises to be a very cold week.
Saturday will be mostly sunny with a high of 20 degrees and a cool overnight low of 7 degrees. It will be a beautiful day to get outdoors with only light winds expected. Sunday starts off partly cloudy, warming up a little more with a high of 22 degrees before cooling down to 7 degrees overnight. Have a wonderful weather weekend.
Lastly, in our show, we're going to try and brighten up your weekend with a little bit of humor. And this week, we're going to look at what frogs get up to. Let's take a look.
Time flies when you're having fun. Time's fun when you're having fun.
And that's a wrap for episode 13 of the Heidelberg Castle podcast. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe wherever you can. And then we'll see you again next week, same place, same time for episode 14.
Thanks, everybody. Stay safe, stay warm. It's going to be a cold week next week. There's even talk of snow. If there is, you'll find it here on the podcast next week. Stay blessed and keep well.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.